Jai Jai Shri Sudarshana. Welcome to of
Jai Jai Shri Sudarshana ma'am. Jai Shri Sudarshana. Jai Shri Sudarshana.
Get started. Camp. Yesterday we learnt a lesson. We learnt about a character from the Ramayana. We learnt a Shastra point, and we did some fun activities, right? So today on the same lines, we shall try to do from the Ramayana. So let's get started. So yesterday we learnt the lesson about staying calm and doing what is right, and we learnt about the character Shatrughna, right? So today our lesson is speak sensibly. So let's see who gave us this lesson and how. Now we need to travel to the story of the Ramayana till we reach this lesson. Yesterday we saw that Rama had gone to the forest along with Sita and Lakshmana, and when he went to the forest he met many sages. These sages were all absorbed in meditation to the Lord. They used to perform a lot of sacrifices, and they would always be involved in devotion and divinity. But in those days these sages had a big problem. There were many rakshasas or ogres or demons who used to come and disturb their sacrifices. These rakshasas were all antisocial elements who never liked any good being done to the society. So when sages perform these sacrifices, all good happens to the world. We get plenty of rains, we get good crops, and everything is nice and auspicious. But antisocial elements do not like good things, so they would try to stop anybody from doing any kind of good. That's the reason why they would try to stop these sacrifices, and they would even harm these sages while trying to do so. So when Rama reached the forest, sages came and surrendered to Rama, asking him for protection from Rakshasas. And Rama promised to protect these sages from the Rakshasas. Saying so, he started living in the forest. Now when he was living in the forest, he made a beautiful hut, Parnashala it is called, and then he started living happily there. At that time there was a friend who came and visited Rama one fine day. Who was that friend? That friend was a bird, a huge eagle, and his name was Jatayu. Actually, this friend was a friend of Rama's father Dasharatha. Dasharatha and Jatayu were schoolmates. They had studied together, it seems. And this Jatayu lived in the same forest as Rama came and dwelled in. It was called as Dandakaranya forest. Jatayu lived in the Dandakaranya, and Rama came to Dandakaranya in his exile period. And when he started living there, Jatayu visited Rama's ashram. He found who Rama was, and he was very delighted to know that Rama was the son of his beloved friend Dasharatha. So he blessed Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, and he told them that I will be like a father to you in the forest. I will always be by your side and try to give you whatever guidance I can. Like this they started living happily, and Rama was always very alert because he wanted to save these sages from the demons, right? So he was always alert, ready for battle. It so happened that some Rakshasas were actively dwelling in the forest at that time, and a woman Rakshasa known as a Rakshasi, she was called as Shurpanakha, came and visited Rama's hut one day. Shurpanakha saw Rama and she felt that he's so handsome. She wanted to get married to Rama. This lady was a Rakshasi, Rama was a prince, and she wanted to get married to him. So she came and straightforward approached Rama and asked, "Will you marry me?" She had actually disguised herself as a nice lady, good-looking lady, and she came and asked Rama, "Will you marry me?" Rama said, "I cannot do so. I'm already married. You see, I have a wife here. Her name is Sita. So I'm sorry," he said. Now, Shurpanakha saw Lakshmana and she found that he was also very handsome. Shurpanakha then thought, if not Rama, Lakshmana, let me marry him. So she went and asked Lakshmana, "Will you marry me?" Now Lakshmana very playfully told her that, "See, I am a servant of Rama. So if you marry me, you will also have to serve Rama and Sita. So I don't think it's a great idea to become the wife of a servant. If you desire to be, you should desire to be the wife of the master, not the servant, right?" So like this, he just made some fun of Shurpanakha. Shurpanakha thought that what Lakshmana is saying is right. I'll go back to Rama. And then she went back to Rama again and requested him to marry her again. Rama refused again. At this time, Shurpanakha got angry. And she thought that the very reason why Rama or Lakshmana are not ready to marry me is because of this woman Sita. So now I am going to devour her. I am going to gulp her down. If she is not existing at all, then these people will have no problem in marrying me. Saying so, she advanced towards Sita. Now Lakshmana got very angry and he pounced towards Shurpanakha, and to prevent her from harming Sita, he attacked Shurpanakha, and in the process, Shurpanakha's nose and ears got cut. And she regained her Rakshasi form and she flew back into the forest. She was bleeding and she was very angry that somebody had harmed her like this. But nobody had harmed her deliberately, right? She tried to go and gulp down Sita. To protect Sita, Lakshmana had done this to her. So Lakshmana was not wrong in what he did. But Shurpanakha was very angry. She went and complained to her cousins, her cousin Rakshasas, who were called as Khara and Dushana. She went crying and she said that 2 handsome princes have come from Ayodhya and they have harmed me in this way. Now Khara and Dushana decided to take revenge for their cousin sister. So they took a large army of 14,000 Rakshasas. They went and challenged Rama to fight. Now my dear children, it is said that this Rama, he was so valorous that he single-handedly fought 14,000 Rakshasas. These Rakshasas were the one who were harming the sages also. So he fulfilled the promise that he had given to the sages also by fighting the Rakshasas. He not only fought them, but he also won over all of them. He killed all the Rakshasas within a period of just about 1.5 hours. Just that much. And he could kill all the Rakshasas single-handedly. He was not on a chariot, he did not have a horse, he did not have an elephant. They used to fight with horse, elephant, chariots and all in those days. Rama had nothing that time. He was simply on foot. He only had his bow and arrow. And he was shooting arrows just like missiles. And all the 14,000 were gone in minutes. Like this, valorously Rama fought the battle and got rid of all the Rakshasas of Dandakaranya. Now Shurpanakha was watching this battle and she was very, very upset. She now decided to go and complain to her real brother. Her real brother was who? He was Ravana, the great demon king who was ruling over the city of Lanka. Sri Lanka, now that we know, was the city of Lanka then, which was ruled over by Ravana. So she went and complained to Ravana, saying that 2 men who have come from Ayodhya have done this to me. They've cut my ears and nose and they have destroyed our entire army of Rakshasas at Dandakaranya. All the 14,000 are gone. Not only this, that Rama has a beautiful wife, probably the most beautiful woman in the world, whom only you deserve to have, O Ravana, my brother. Rama doesn't deserve her. You must be having her as your wife. So go and abduct her and take revenge on Rama. Now Ravana got lured. He thought that he must possess Sita and thus take revenge on Rama also. So he hatched a plot with his uncle Maricha, and he told Maricha that you become a golden deer, you transform yourself into a golden deer and go and roam in front of Rama's hut. Sita will see you and she will want to have you as a pet. She will send Rama behind you. When Rama and Lakshmana have gone behind you, I will go in disguise and abduct Sita and come back to Lanka. Saying so, both of them went to Dandakaranya. Now, what happened was, what Ravana predicted exactly happened. The golden deer was so beautiful and mesmerizing that Sita saw it and wanted to have it as a pet. So she asked Rama to bring it for her. Rama said, fine, I'll fetch it for you, be safe here. He also told Lakshmana to be around Sita and safeguard her, and he went behind the deer. This deer, Maricha, was a abnormal deer. It was an abnormal deer, right? So the very intention was to lure away Rama to a great distance. So it kept galloping around and leading Rama away from the hut. Rama went far, far away, and when he went very far, he decided to shoot an arrow at the deer because he was not able to go and catch it. So he thought if he shot an arrow, probably the deer would fall down and then he would be able to catch it. So he shot an arrow at the deer. Now Rama's arrow was so powerful that the deer got fatally wounded. It was about to die. But before it died, what did it do? The deer Maricha shouted out loudly, Lakshmana, Sita. And this voice sounded like the voice of Rama. Maricha changed his voice to Rama's voice. Rakshasas have all these skills. They can mimic others' voices. So he changed his voice into Rama's voice and shouted out loud, Lakshmana, Sita. So Sita heard this in the hut and she thought that Rama is in danger. So she immediately sent Lakshmana behind Rama. Lakshmana first refused. He said that, no, my brother cannot be in any danger. Did you see? He fought 14,000 Rakshasas single-handedly. What harm can come to him? But Sita refused to listen. She was very worried for Rama. So she said, no, Lakshmana, you must go to protect him. It's my order. And then Lakshmana had no choice but to listen to his sister-in-law. So he left her and prayed to all gods to safeguard her and went away. Now Ravana was waiting only for this opportunity. So what he did was, he disguised himself as a sannyasi, as an ascetic, and he came asking for alms. He came seeking food from Sita. Now Sita, being a righteous lady, wanted to give food for somebody who came and sought. So when she went to give him food, Ravana nicely caught hold of her, abducted her and flew in the sky. Now when he flew in the sky, he was spotted by Jatayu. This is where we are coming into today's lesson. Jatayu saw Ravana flying away with Sita. Obviously he would not let Ravana carry away Sita, right? So Jatayu fought a battle in the sky with Ravana. He fought a very fierce battle. He tried his level best to free up Sita from Ravana. But unfortunately, Jatayu could not win in the battle. Ravana cut down the wings of Jatayu, and again he fatally wounded Jatayu and threw him to the ground. And he flew away with Sita. Now, Jatayu was wounded badly, and he was all in blood. But his life was still there. He wanted to stay alive till Rama came and found him, and he could give the news to Rama that Ravana had carried away Sita in the southern direction. Now Jatayu didn't know where Ravana was going. He was flying towards the south is all that he knew. So he wanted to give this information to Rama. So he held on to his life. He was in great pain. But with mental willpower, he kept hoping that he would live till Rama came. And what exactly happened was, Rama was coming back after killing the deer Maricha, and on his way back he found Lakshmana coming in the opposite direction. He was surprised because he had told Lakshmana specifically not to leave the hut, not to leave Sita alone and come. But since Lakshmana was coming alone, he got scared and he asked, what makes you come here, brother, leaving your sister-in-law alone? Then Lakshmana said, no, we heard your voice in distress and sister-in-law sent me behind you. So Rama said, no, that was the voice of Maricha. He actually called out in my voice, probably only to dupe you people. So there is some danger in store, I'm sure. Let us hurry back to the hut. So when these two went back to the hut, they found Sita missing. So now they realized that it was all a plan and Sita had been abducted according to the plan. So they started searching desperately for Sita. They called out to Sita in the trees, in the woods, to the mountains, to the river, and they asked, where is Sita? Where is Sita? Nobody had an answer. They started searching all around and finally they found Jatayu. Jatayu was in a pool of blood at that time, holding on to his life. He only had a few moments to live. Now in this state he wanted to give a message to Rama which probably would cause some disturbance in Rama, probably even giving him something like a heart attack. He was going to tell Rama that his wife was abducted by a Rakshasa, a fierce Rakshasa like Ravana. Hearing this, he didn't want Rama to get upset and fall unconscious or become sick. So he had to convey this message in a way that would not shock Rama too much, first thing. Second thing, he had to convey it in as short words as possible because he had very less time to live. And third thing, he had to give some soothing advice to Rama and some hope that his wife would be found. So how did Jatayu convey this message? That is the lesson that we are going to learn. Jatayu spoke so sensibly. So how did he speak? Now, because you have to understand the message, I will just read out the shloka here. It's just one shloka. Some words in it are very important to understand how Jatayu spoke. Jatayu said, Yamoshadhiva ayushman anveshasi mahavane sadevi mamacha pranaha ravanena ubhayam hritam. The meaning of this shloka is, this is what was told by Jatayu. Jatayu addressed Rama as Ayushman. Ayushman means, oh long-lived one. He blessed Rama in the beginning because he was scared that Rama would be shocked to hear the message. So, may you live long, my son, is the message that he first delivered. Ayushman, he didn't call out to him as Rama. He said, Ayushman, oh long-lived one, he called out. And he said, the one you're searching for, Yam Oshadhiva Anveshasi, the one whom you're searching for in this big forest, that Sita and my life, Sadevi Mamacha Pranaha, have been taken away by Ravana. Ravanena Ubhayam Dhitam. See how crisp is it? Now he has conveyed the whole story in this one half sentence. He said, the one you're searching for, that is your wife Sita, and my life, both have been taken by Ravana. Meaning, Ravana has abducted Sita. When he tried to carry away Sita, I tried to stop him and fight a battle, but I lost in the battle, and now I'm going to lose my life also because of that. So, very, very crisp message was given by Jatayu in this. Now, the next thing Jatayu said was, Vindo nama muhurto sau nachaka kupstaso budat. Jatayu said, Rama, don't worry. Your wife is lost, I understand. But, you know, the time period when Sita got lost is called as Vinda. Now, for your understanding, my dear children, in those days, a day was divided into many time frames called muhurtas. And each muhurta had a particular name. And there is a muhurta called as Vinda, in which it is said, according to the Shastras, that if something gets stolen, then it will come back to its master very easily. If somebody loses something in a time frame called Vinda, definitely he's expected to get it back very soon. So Jatayu said that the time frame in which Sita was lost is known as Vinda. That Muhurta is known as Vinda. So since Sita got lost in the Vinda Muhurta, you can definitely expect to find her back very soon, because it is predicted in the Shastras then anything which gets lost in Vinda Muhurta will come back to its owner very, very soon. Okay. So like this, Jatayu spoke very positively because he assessed the state of the mind of the listener, Rama. So what is the message that we are getting here? Speak sensibly. Jatayu spoke sensibly by giving a short message. So the entire event he spoke just within 2 lines. And he spoke very clearly, stating that Ravana is the culprit. He spoke very caringly when he blessed Rama with longevity. When he called out to Rama as Ayushman, he gave a very caring message. And when he gave assurance that Sita will return to Rama, he gave a very positive message. So when we speak, we should be mindful of these 4 things. We should try to convey things in as short ways as possible if the time is less. Now, depending upon the time limit, we have to time our speech. If we have a lot of time to speak, we should be able to speak long enough also. But in this case, in case of Jatayu, he did not have time. So having a short message was important. It's also very important to always be clear in the messages that we convey. And we must be as caring as possible when we speak. And we should always speak positively. So that is the lesson demonstrated today. Right? So before we move on to today's character, we'll just crisply see the story in Tamil. I think most of you get the story in English. So I'll just summarize it in Tamil very shortly. இன்றைய பாடமானது எப்படி பேசுறது அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி. பேச்சுங்கிறது ரொம்ப அளந்து இருக்கணும், அளந்து பேசணும், இடத்தை பார்த்து பேசணும் அப்படிங்கிறது. பேச்சு இருப்பது எப்படி அப்படிங்கிறது இன்னையோடைய பாடம். இது ஜட்டாயு நமக்கு காமிச்சு கொடுக்கிறார். ஜட்டாயு ராமர் கிட்டக்க பேசின பேச்சு எப்படி இருந்தது அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி இந்த பாடம். ஜட்டாயு ராவணனோட சண்டை போட்டார். ராவணன் சீதையை தூக்கின்னு போகும் பொழுது அப்போ அந்த சண்டையில அவரால உயிர் பிழைக்க முடியல. ஜட்டாயுனுடைய ரக்கைகளை துண்டிச்சு ராவணன் ஜட்டாயுவை கீழே தள்ளிட்டான். அப்படி தள்ளின உடனே ஜட்டாயு தன்னுடைய பிராணனை தரிச்சுண்டு காத்துன்னு இருக்க ராமருக்கு செய்தி சொல்லணும்னு. ராமரும் தேடிண்டு வந்த சமயத்துல ஜட்டாயுவை சந்திக்கிறார். அப்ப ஜட்டாயு என்ன செய்தி சொன்னார், எப்படி சொன்னார் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் இன்றைய பாடம். ஜட்டாயு சொன்ன பாடம், ஜட்டாயு சொன்ன வார்த்தைகளே நமக்கு பாடம். என்ன வார்த்தைகள் சொன்னார்னா, யாம் ஓஷதீவ ஆயுஷ்மன் அன்வேஷசி மகாவனே சாதேவி மமச்ச பிராணாக ராவணேன உபயம் கிருதம் அப்படிங்கிறது. ராமனுக்கு தான் சொல்ல போற செய்திங்கிறது பெரிய அதிர்ச்சியை கொடுக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறதுனால முதல்ல அவருக்கு நல்வார்த்தைகளை சொல்லி ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சார். அதனால ராமன் அழைக்கும் பொழுது ஆயுஷ்மன் அப்படின்னு கூப்பிடுறார். நல்ல ஆயுசை உடையவனே அப்படின்னு கூப்பிட்டு அவருக்கு ஆயுசு இருக்கணும்ன்ற ஆசீர்வாதத்தை தெரிவிக்கிறார் அதன் மூலம். அது முதல் விஷயம். அடுத்தது விஷயத்த சொல்லும் பொழுது என்ன நடந்தது அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, எந்த மனைவிய நீ இந்த காட்டுல தேடின்னு இருக்கியோ அவளையும் என்னுடைய பிராணனையும் சேர்த்து ராவணன் அப்படிங்கிறவன் எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டான் அப்படின்னு நடந்த விஷயத்த ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சுருக்கி அழகா சொன்னார். அதுக்கு மேல ஆஸ்வாசனம் ஊட்டுறா மாதிரி, நம்பிக்கை ஊட்டுறா மாதிரி ஒரு வார்த்தை சொன்னார். ராமா கவலைப்படாத, சீதை காணா போயிருக்கிற முகூர்த்தத்துக்கு விந்தன்னு பேரு. விந்தன்ற முகூர்த்தத்துல யார் ஒருத்தருடைய பொருள் காணா போனாலும், யார சேர்ந்தவா காணா போனாலும் அவளுக்கு அந்த பொருளோ இல்ல அந்த வியக்தியோ நிச்சயமா சீக்கிரமே திரும்பி கிடைச்சிடுவா அப்படின்னு சாஸ்திரம் சொல்றது. சீத்தை காணா போனது இந்த விந்தன்ற முகூர்த்தத்துலதான், அதனால நிச்சயமா உனக்கு திருப்பி கிடைச்சிடுவா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்பிக்கையை ஊட்டினார் ஜட்டாயு. அதனால ஜட்டாயுனுடைய பேச்சுல இருந்து என்ன தெரியறது, 4 விஷயங்கள் புரியுறது. ஒரு விஷயத்த தெரிவிக்கணும் அப்படின்னா எவ்வளவுக்கு எவ்வளவு குறைச்சலா சப்தங்களை பயன்படுத்துறோமோ அவ்வளோக்கு அவ்வளோ கெட்டிக்காரத்தனம் தெரியறது. சமயத்தை பொறுத்து நீளமாவோ சுருக்கமாவோ பேச தெரியணும், அது முதல்ல. அடுத்தது சொல்ற விஷயம் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தெளிவா இருக்கணும். தெளிவுங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம் பேச்சுல. அதனால தெளிவான பேச்சு, முதல்ல சுருக்கமான பேச்சு, அடுத்தது தெளிவான பேச்சு, மூணாவது அன்பான பேச்சு, அக்கறையான பேச்சு. எப்பவுமே ஒரு அக்கறை இருக்கணும் பேசும்பொழுது. அதனாலதான் அக்கறையோட ஆயுஷ்மன்னு கூப்பிட்டார் ஜட்டாயு ராமபிரான். அதனால அக்கறையான வார்த்தைகள். நாலாவது நல்வார்த்தைகள், நல்லதையே பேசணும் எப்பவுமே. கெட்டதா ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்லிடக்கூடாது நம்ம. ஏன்னா நம்மளை சுத்தி அஸ்து தேவதைகள்லாம் இருப்பானாம், அவ அஸ்து அஸ்துன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பானாம். அதனால எப்ப பேசினாலும் நல்லதை மட்டும்தான் பேசணும். எப்படி சீதவனுக்கு திரும்பி கடைச்சுடுவான் நம்பிக்கை ஊட்டினாரோ ஜட்டாயு, அந்த மாதிரி நல்வார்த்தைகளை பேசணும் அப்படிங்கறத ஜட்டாயு நமக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்தார். இதுக்கு மேல கேரக்டருக்கு போலாம். So moving on to today's character. Today's character is Trijata. Now we need to understand that Sita was carried away by Ravana to Lanka and she was placed in the Ashokavana. Ravana kept her under arrest in Ashokavana. Under arrest in the sense he kept her captive there, not like he put chains or in jail or something. He kept her in the Ashokavana where she was guarded by many Rakshasis. All these Rakshasis were given a task by Ravana. Ravana had told the Rakshasis that, oh Rakshasis, you must somehow convince Sita to get married to me. I want to get married to Sita. She's not agreeing. You have to make Sita agree to marry me. So you can do anything for her to accept me. You can scare her, you can threaten her, you can blackmail her, you can do anything. So these Rakshasi used to torment Sita day and night, asking her to marry Ravana. Sita was very upset. She was very, very sad, and she was waiting that Rama comes and saves her. At that time, there was one Rakshasi who was a very good Rakshasi. She used to support Sita, and her name was Trijata. So today we are going to learn about this Trijata. Okay. It is said that one day Trijata was sleeping. It was morning time, like the time of dawn. Trijata alone was sleeping and all other Rakshasis were surrounding Sita and troubling her, saying that, see, if you don't get married to Ravana, we'll eat you up, we'll scratch you and all that. And at this time Trijata suddenly woke up and came and told the Rakshasis to move away and said, see Rakshasis, I'm very scared right now because I saw a dream in which some very nice things happened and some very scary things also happened. I'll tell you what, Trijata said. And she described her dream to the Rakshasis. Trijata said she saw that some beautiful palanquins had come, and in one of those palanquin in the sense that pallak it is called in Tamil, or palki in Hindi. I'm sure you all would understand. You might have seen all these historical movies, right? So in that they used to have palanquins, which were like small boxes inside which queens would sit and they would be carried by people. So Trijata, it seems, saw in her dream that there was a palanquin made of ivory, and Sita and Rama were clad in white silk garments and they sat in the palanquin and they were going. And then she saw beautiful elephants, and on top of one of those elephants she again saw Sita and Rama clad in white silk and they were going. And then in another part of the dream she saw Ravana clad in red garments and completely dipped in oil, and he was having a shaven head and he was being taken away, dragged along somewhere. So that was a scary scene. Now Trijata understood the meaning of her dream. She understood that Ravana was going to be defeated and he was going to die. That's why he was being immersed in oil, and Rama was going to emerge victorious, redeem Sita back and go back to his country Ayodhya. That is why he was seen on an elephant or on a palanquin and seen very happy and in white clothes. So Trijata understood that this dream of hers was conveying that somehow these people should not be doing the mistake that they were doing now. They were all, supporting Ravana to hold Sita captive. So they should not be doing that, is what Trijata realized. Now because she realized that, she wanted to give this advice to her fellow Rakshasis also. Anyways, she was never for tormenting Sita. She used to feel bad for her because she felt that why to trouble somebody like this. So always she was supporting Sita. After this dream, she thought she must actually give this warning to her friends. So she went and told all her friends that, see, we have a great danger in store for us from Rama. And the only way that we can get saved from this danger is to surrender to this Sita. Let us all surrender to this Sita Devi. She will protect us from Rama's wrath. Now here, what we need to understand is, Trijata understood Sita's nature by being with her. All these Rakshasis were surrounding Sita. They were with Sita for 10 whole months. But none of them realized the goodness of Sita except Trijata. Trijata understood that Sita was a very kind woman, and if anybody approached her for anything, she would never refuse. So after this dream of hers, she's telling her friends, you know how Sita is? Pranipata prasanna hi maithili janakatmaja alamesha paritratum rakshasyor mahato bhayat. She said, the Sita is one who will be pleased just if somebody prostrates in front of her. You don't even have to go and tell her that, oh Sita, protect me. Even if you just go and, bow down with regard to her. You don't even have to actually show reverence or respect. Just regard. Bowing down in regard itself will do. She will come and save us from danger. So I advise to you that seek refuge in the Sita today, because danger is in store for her. We must tell our king also that Sita needs to be returned back to Rama, because that is what is good for us. So Trijata gave this advice to the Rakshasis. Of course, the other Rakshasis did not have the sense to listen to Trijata, but Trijata did this for the sake of Rakshasis. And the next part of the story we will learn in tomorrow's lesson. It will be interesting. As of now, let's try to understand that Trijata was somebody who never lost her goodness even when she was amongst evil. However bad the situation is, however bad the environment is, we must not lose our goodness. There was a question today asked by a child that why did Rama have to go to the forest when Kaikeyi asked for a selfish boon? Now Rama also displayed a similar characteristic there. Rama was good. So even though Kaikeyi was bad, Kaikeyi had a bad intention at that time, he did not lose his goodness. He kept his virtue in place, that he had to listen to his father, and he went to the forest. So somebody else's evil or vice or bad nature should not influence us. Even if we are surrounded by all bad things all the time, we should try to keep up our goodness like how Trijata did. So that is about today's character. Okay. So I'll just summarize this in Tamil. Inniyuடைய பாத்திரம் Trijata அப்படிங்கிறவர். Trijatai அப்படிங்கிறவர் விபீஷணருடைய புத்திரி அப்படின்னு சொல்றா. அதனால அவன் நல்ல ராட்சசியான், நல்ல அரக்கி. ஏன்னா விபீஷணனே நல்லவர், ராவணனுடைய தம்பி. அவருடைய பெண் Trijatai நல்லவள். அவ சீதைக்கு அனுகூலமாவே இருந்தானா அசோகவனத்துல. இப்படி அனுகூலையா இருந்த Trijatai ஒரு நாள் ஒரு சொப்னம் கண்டா. விடிய கார்த்தால வந்துதான் அந்த சொப்னம். அந்த சொப்னத்துல ராமரும் சீத்தையும் அழகான பல்லக்குல போறா, யானை மேல போறா அப்படின்லாம் அவ கண்டா. ராவணன் தலையில மயிரெல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு எண்ணெய் குழியில முழுகி இருந்து சிகப்பு வஸ்திரம் போட்டுட்டு இருக்கான் அப்படின்னு கனா கண்டாவும். இதெல்லாம் பார்த்த உடனே ராவணனுக்கு தோல்வி ஏற்பட போறது, ராமர் ஜெயிக்க போறார், சீதையை கூட்டிட்டு போறார் அப்படின்ற விஷயம் அவளுக்கு புரிஞ்சுடுத்து. புரிஞ்ச விஷயத்த தன்னுடைய தோழிகளுக்கெல்லாம் எடுத்து சொன்னா Trijata. மற்ற ராட்சசிகளுக்கெல்லாம் எடுத்து நல்ல புத்திய ஊற்றா. என்ன சொல்றான்னு கேட்டா, பெருமாள் ராகவனால நமக்கெல்லாம் பெரிய பயம் இருக்கு, அந்த பயத்துல இருந்து காப்பாற்றக்கூடியவ சீதை ஒத்திதான். இப்ப அதனால நம்ம சீத்தை கிட்டக்க போய் பிரணிபாதம் பண்ணினா போறோம் அப்படிங்கிறா. அது என்ன பொருள் அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, சாதாரணமா வணங்கினா போறோம். அதாவது சீதை எங்களை காப்பாத்து அப்படின்னு வாயை திறந்து கூட சொல்லணும்ன்ற அவசியம் இல்லையா. வெறும வணக்கத்தை தெரிவிச்சாலேயே, அதாவது அஞ்சலி அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு முத்திரையை காண்பிச்சுட்டாலே சாதாரணமா அவகிட்டக்க நம்ம ஒரு மரியாதையோட இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டாலே போய் சரணாகதி பண்றது அப்படிங்கறதெல்லாம் அடுத்தது. அதுக்கு கூட தாயார் காத்துட்டு இருக்க மாட்டாளாம். பிரணிபாதம் பண்ணினா போறோம், அதுக்கே நம்மள நிச்சயமா காப்பாத்திடுவா இந்த மைத்திலியான சீதை, பண்ணலாம் வாங்கோ அப்படின்னு திரிஜட்ட தெரிவிச்சா. இதுல 2 விஷயங்கள் நமக்கு தெரியுது. முதல் விஷயம், திரிஜட்ட எவ்வளோ கெட்டதுக்கு நடுவுல இருந்தாலும் தன்னுடைய நல்லதை இழக்காம இருந்தா. இன்னொன்னு, சீதையினுடைய மகிமையை அவ தெரிஞ்சுட்டு இருந்தா. சீதை எப்பேற்பட்டவ அப்படின்ற அறிவு அவளுக்கு இருந்திருக்கு முதல்ல. இந்த சீதையனுடைய பழகினத்துல சீதையனுடைய உண்மையான ஸ்வரூபத்தை புரிஞ்சின்றவ திரிஜட்ட முக்தி தான். எவ்வளோ கெட்டது நம்மளை சுத்தி இருந்தாலும் நல்லதை மட்டுமே நம்ம பார்க்க கத்துக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பாடத்தை திரிஜட்ட நமக்கு சொல்லிட்டார். So with this we'll move to today's facts from Shastras. Okay. So today we shall learn about the concept of Uchishtam. All right. Uchishtam, or it's called Yechal in Tamil. So now, what is this? See, when saliva mixes with food, germs can spread. We all know that, right? We all know basic rules of hygiene. That is why we wash our hands before eating. We eat in a clean plate. We use clean utensils. We eat clean food. Hygiene is very important. So now, if we bite something and if we keep it back, and if somebody else takes it and eats, then what happens? Germs can spread, right? We have already bitten it with our mouth, and if somebody else is also going to bite the same, then germs are going to spread. So basically, what is Uchishtam or Yechal? It is saliva mixing with our food and that food being shared with somebody else. Like sometimes, like we say, I'll have a bite, you have another. That's not to be done. That is Uchishtam. That's called Yechal. That is to be avoided. Sharing half-eaten food is to be avoided. Drinking from the same bottle by putting it into the lip is to be avoided. Putting it in the lip generally should be avoided for the better. If you have done it, then please don't share your bottle with anybody else, because your saliva is getting touched with that, and that is causing a lot of unhygiene, and it is not to be shared at all. Another very important thing is, whatever we eat should be ideally Bhagavat Prasadam, or something which is offered to the Lord, because only such kind of food can inculcate good thoughts into us, sattvic thoughts into us. Okay, so food which is Bhagavat Prasadam should not be contaminated by sharing after touching with our mouth. Okay, so when we give fresh untouched food to others, we respect them in a way. So it's very important that we should not contaminate by Uchishtam or Yechal. I'm talking it as contamination because there is hygiene involved in it also, right? So it's very important not to share bitten food or half-eaten food. So just remember that. Sometimes when you're sharing your tiffins and all, it can happen in school. That's the reason why this concept is being brought out here. Do not share Uchishtam or Yechal. Do not accept it also if somebody gives it to you, right? So that is about the Shastra point for the day. Now, before we go to today's activity, I would like to take up some questions. Okay. One second. Yeah. So, fine. Just to summarize, I want to ask you people a few questions. All right. So the first lesson we saw today was about which character. You can raise hands, I will call out. Today's lesson was about which character? Raghunandan.
First one was
Call
about
out.
Jatayu.
Yeah, Raghunandan.
Jatayu. Trijata.
All of you should not unmute together. then we won't have a good interactive session, right? We want to make it interactive and nice for all of you, so please have some discipline. Raise your hands, I'll call out and you can answer. Only the names whom I call out will answer kindly. Okay, so on day 6 we'll get a lot of time for interaction, so everybody will get a chance eventually during these 6 days. So please be patient and only answer if your name is called out. Fine? Okay, right. Now my next question is to Ramya.Srivatsan. Okay, you will answer this question. There were 4 lessons that we learned through Jatayu. Can you tell me one of them, Ramya? Just one. Yes, Ramya, tell me.
Ma'am, the lesson we should talk correctly. We should not talk something bad.
Okay, we should talk positively. I'll take that. Very nice. Thank you, Ramya. Renuka, can you tell me another lesson? Please unmute yourself, Renuka. You're saying something I can't hear.
Yes, ma'am. We learned that we should not take time. We need to tell everything positively. That is already told.
So we should talk short. We should give short messages. I'll take that lesson. Very good. Messages. Very nice. Perfect. Now another hand raise is from Sidhya. Sidhya, can you tell me one more? Speak positively. Speak short. Speak crisply. Okay, 2 are done. Sidhya, can you tell me third message other than these 2? Yeah,
speaking sensibly.
Speaking sensibly, yeah, that's the overall lesson. So how to speak sensibly? By speaking in 4 ways. So one was told by Ramya. She said that we should speak positively, and then we had Renuka who told us we should speak crisply. Now what is the third? Kavya. Kavya? Yes, Kavya? No? Okay, Hayavadan. Can I have you say? Hayavadan, third lesson. Okay. Ragavasimhan, third lesson. Third point. Okay, Saindavi. Sorry. Sorry. Hayavadan, Salma. Yeah, Hayavadan. Third point. Speak positively, speak crisply, and then 2 more were there, no? What were they? How did Jatayu call out to Rama? He said Ayushman. By saying that, what kind of message he gave? Okay. Let's see if somebody else can. Yeah, ma?
Speak positively.
Speak positively. Adache. That is done. Okay, no problem. Atula, can you answer? Yeah, Atula. Huh? Speak caringly. Is that what you said? I couldn't hear too well. Okay, speak in a caring way. That is the third thing. Okay, very good. Then, what was the fourth one? Short, clear, caring. Sorry, I said the fourth one. Short, positive, caring, and okay. Divya Prabhu ID. Yeah, I think Avanija should be there. Are you there?
Ma'am, it's not Avanija, it's Bhargav.
Bhargav, yeah, tell me Bhargav.
Ma'am, speak clearly and shortly.
Yeah, clear. That was the fourth one. Very nice. So it is basically short, clear, caring, and positive. Very good. Now the second character, the character we saw today was Trijata, and the lesson that she gave. What lesson did Trijata give? Vasantika, can you tell me?
Ma'am, From Trijata, we learned that Trijata was very thoughtful, and she told her friends that we must be kind to Sita, and we must be very good to Sita, as she is a very good person and a good woman. So we must not harm Sita. She told good qualities to her friends.
She realized good qualities of Sita. Very nice. So she basically identified good, even though she was in the company of all bad people all the time. Okay, fantastic.
Even though we are
even though we are amongst evil, we should always see good and we should try to be good. Okay, very good. Right. Now, Ashrit and Sri Krishnan, you tell me about today's Shastram fact. What do you understand by Uchishtam or HL? Yeah, Ashrit and Sri Krishnan, can you answer? Yeah.
Again, like when we share like our food, after biting into it, like the germs in the saliva get like spread on it. So then if someone else like eats the same food, like from the exact same place, they'll also get sick because of the germs.
Correct. So we must avoid.
So like when we're sharing, we should like use our hands to like take small pieces and then eat, like instead of biting directly into it.
Yes. And then, like, very good.
And then for like water bottles, if you want to share it with someone, you're not supposed to put your lips on the mouth of the bottle.
Correct. Very good. So that's the lesson that you have. If you want to share, you can take out a bite and give it to somebody, or if somebody gives you a bite, if it's Bhagavat Prasadam again, if you're sure about that, then have it. That's the best way to share. Fine. So that's wonderful. Now, after this short summary, we'll go to today's activity. Okay, one second. I'll show you today's activity. Interesting activity. Okay. Okay, we also have to learn a couple of shlokas related to Rama. I think we'll finish the activity and get there. See, today we have some jumbled words here, 10 jumbled words. They are all on the screen. So, sorry. Yeah. They're on the screen. You can see these words and try to solve them. I'll give you 5 minutes for it. Yeah, right. Yeah. So solve these jumbled words. I'll give you a few minutes for it. Salma?
Finished, ma'am. But I don't know.
That's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10, ma'am. I didn't finish.
Right.
I didn't finish studying.
Okay, I'll display the answers. So these are the answers. First one was Valmiki, second Lakshmana, third Ayushman, fourth Trijata, fifth Forest, sixth Prasadam, 7 Ravana, 8 Jatayu, 9 Clear, and 10 Sensible. Anybody who got all the 10 right? Yes.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, but the 7th one can also be Vanara.
Correct.
Be Vanara,
Ma'am,
right?
we need to write it in the notebook, right?
Yeah, you can write it wherever you want, ma. It is just for fun. So
it can also be Ma'am, it can also be Vanara, right?
Be Vanara, you're absolutely right. 7 can be Vanara or Vanara, absolutely. Yeah.
We found everything except 9 and 10 correctly.
Okay, very good. Very nice. Anybody who got 10 on 10 here? Okay.
Again, I got correct.
Oh, who is that?
Vasantika Adiyan.
Okay, very nice. Super.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me.
again I forgot to tell you that my name is not Renuka. I by mistakenly put it as Renuka.
Okay, no problem. What's your name?
Niyantri.
Niyantri. Okay, very nice. Nice name. Okay, we have one more activity, so we'll just get started with that. See, today we learnt about messages, right? Like short, clear, caring and positive. So now we'll give you a situation from daily life and you have to categorize the message as short, clear, caring or positive. Sometimes it can be even more than one. You have to say if this message is a short message, whether it's a clear message, caring message or positive message. Okay, so we'll give you a situation and we'll give you a message. Okay, now here the situation is a teacher is explaining instructions in class and the message that she is giving is write answers on page 10. Now what kind of a message is this? Short, clear, caring or positive?
Short and clear. Short, ma'am. Short or clear, ma'am. Short, ma'am. Short and
Clear.
clear, ma'am.
Yes,
Clear.
perfect.
Short and clear. Short and clear, ma'am.
Short and clear. Perfect. Superb. All of you are wonderful. Now next situation. Situation is a friend is sad after making a mistake. So the other friend is telling this friend, it's okay, you can try again. What kind of a message is this?
Caring. Positive. Caring and positive, ma'am. Caring and positive.
Very positive. Very nice. Now again, situation 3. Someone asks what happened in class and the reply given by the friend is, teacher explained how homework is done for tomorrow. What kind of message is this?
Clear and caring. Clear and caring. Clear and caring, ma'am. Clear and caring.
Yeah.
Short
Yeah.
and clear.
Yeah, maybe
Short and clear, ma'am.
a clear message.
Short and clear, ma'am. Short and clear. Short and clear, ma'am.
Very nice.
Ma'am, it's clear and clear.
Come quickly, someone needs help. So what kind of a message is this?
Short and clear. Short and clear. Short and clear. Short and clear, ma'am. Ma'am, it's short and clear, ma'am. Short and caring. Ma'am, it's short. Ma'am, it's short. Very short.
Very nice. So we are done with this activity also. I just had 5 messages. All of you have understood so well. So very happy to know that. Romba santosham. We just have one segment left. We have to learn 2 shlokas related to Rama daily. Okay. So what we'll do or how we'll do that, I'll just tell you. Now we'll be showing you the shloka and I'll be explaining in short what that shloka is about. After that, we'll have Srimati Mami teach you that shloka. The shloka will be taught only to 2 of you now. Okay. But an audio of the shloka in the Santhai format, in the repeating format, will be posted in the YouTube, in the WhatsApp group. And then you people can try to learn it and come. Fine. It's not compulsory to by heart and all. If you can learn, well and good. Otherwise, it's fine. So now I'll tell you which shlokas we are going to learn today and what is there in those shlokas. Okay. Okay. The first shloka we are going to learn today is Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. It is a salutation to Lord Rama. all names of Rama are given here and he is being saluted. Now it's very interesting to know who called Rama in which name. Okay, Rama was named Rama by sage Vasishtha, and that was the name by which everybody knew him in general. It seems Rama was called as Ramabhadra by Dasharatha. So the shloka runs as Ramaya Ramabhadraya. He was called as Ramachandra by Kausalya Devi. So Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya. And then he was called as Vedas by great rishis in Ayodhya. So Vedase. And then he was called as Raghunatha by the people of Ayodhya. So Raghunathaya. He was called as Natha by Sita Devi. So Nathaya. And he was called as Sitapati by the people of Mithila. So Sitaya Pataye Namaha. That is this shloka. This shloka you will learn. And one more you will learn is from the Avatara Geetam. There is a rhyme called as Avatara Geetam written by Ashukavi Sarvabhauma Srinidhi Swami, where he describes each avatara in 2 lines. Amongst the Dashavataras, for Rama Avatara, he has written this shloka. Yajna Rakshine Janaki Yuje Yaine Vanam Yatu Ghatine Setukarine Sharmadaine Rama Rupine Te Namo Namaha. So in this shloka, Swami bows down to Rama, that Rama who safeguarded all yagas, Yajna Rakshine. And then he was always with Sita, Janaki Yuje, Sita Rama he was, right? And then Yaine Vanam, he roamed about in the forest. And then Yatu Ghatine, he destroyed all Rakshasas. And then Setu Karine, he built the Setu bridge. You must have heard in the story, right? And then Sharmadaine, Sharmadaine means the one who bestows auspiciousness or goodness. So I bow down to that Rama Rupa, that form of Rama, Rama Rupine Te Namo Namaha. Right? So now we learn these 2 shlokas. Srimati Mami will teach these shlokas. Now today, to unmute and recite, 2 of you will get a chance, but don't worry about it. You can all recite in mute, and everybody can learn it through the audio that has been posted. So Vaishnavi and Krishna Raghavan, you can repeat the first shloka, and Gosakhan and Srivarahan, you can repeat the second shloka. Srimati, you can take over, ma.
Adi. I say once and maybe for 2 times. Okay. Ramaya 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 Ramabhadraya 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 Ramachandraya 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 Vedhase 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 Raghunathaya 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 Nathaya 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 Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Next shloka Sallama Gosakanan ma'am. Ye karda? Ma'am,
I am reading, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yajnarakshine
Yajnarakshire.
2 times?
Ma'am,
2 times. Say it one more time.
Yajnarakshire
Janaki Yuje
Janaki Yuje Janaki Yuje
Yaine Vanam
Jayumevalam Drayumevalam
Yayine vanam.
Yayumevalam. Yayumevalam.
Yayine.
Yayume. Yayume.
It's not you, it's ye. Yayine.
Yayime. Yayime.
Vanam.
Vanam. Vanam.
Satu ghatine.
Ma'am, the voice is coming stuck one, so I can't hear properly. Break.
Yatu.
Yatu. Yatu.
Ghatine.
Dhavine. Dhatine.
Hetukarine.
Etukarine.
Setukarine.
Etukarine.
Sharmadayine.
Sharmadayine.
2 times.
Sharmadayine.
Ramarupine.
Ramarupine. Ramalupine.
Te namo namaha.
Ye namo namaha. Ye namo namaha.
Not ye, you have to say te. Te namo namaha.
Te namo namaha. Te namo namaha.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Srimati. So, Ramba Santosham Kulandegala. I just wanted to ask you all one thing. Ipo Netiki we did some kind of activities like crossword and emojis. Today we did jumbled words and messages. உங்களுக்கு இந்த 4 ஆக்டிவிட்டில எந்த டைப் ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருக்கு?
Ma'am, crossword and jumbled.
போட சொல்லுங்க. ஏன்னா இது லெக்சர் மோட் போட்டேன். சோ எல்லாரும் ஒரே நேரத்துல அன்மியூட் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க.
சரி. all அப்படினு யாரோ போட்டுருக்கா? all crossword. Okay, chatல I'm getting some messages. Fine. So if you all matching, you liked all, somebody liked crossword, somebody liked. Okay, no problem. Fine. So now I think fine, thank you for the feedback. So I think many people like many things, so we try to do some things like this. Fine. Now it is time for clearing doubts. If anybody have doubts, you can stay back, otherwise the session is done for the day. So Dhanyasmi Jayashri Sudarshana, only doubts will be taken now. We are completing the session on time at 4:15. So doubts will be entertained for as long as you want me to answer. So you can stay back if you have doubts. So who's asking the first question? Okay.
Ma'am.
கூப்பிடணுமா? யாரு?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The first shloka is starts with ra something, right, ma'am?
Maya. Correct. Ramaya. Ramaya Ramabhadraya. That is the shloka.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Next one. Next person's doubt.
Ma'am, I have 3 doubts.
Tell me.
Ma'am, the first one is Jatayu, ma'am, when he was like speaking to Rama to deliver the message, like he did not tell Rama that Ravana was heading south.
He described it later. We didn't deal with that shloka. He did give that information also. He did speak some things later. This is the first words that he spoke. He could speak for some more time. The message that we gave today was immediately as he saw Rama, he conveyed whatever was most important. So I just dealt with those shlokas there. The word south is not there, but he did convey that to Rama also.
Ma'am, how many muhurtas are there in a day?
A muhurta lasts for about 48 minutes. So we have 24 muhurtas in a day. So 24 into 48 will give you those many minutes in a day, right? I think that is 1440, 24 hours.
Ma'am, and who called Rama as Raghunath? Who called Rama as Raghunatha?
People of Ayodhya.